The check-in is a live, topic-based stream where real people share real moments and the lessons that came with them. We pause, reflect, and check in with ourselves and each other. No pressure, no perfection, just presence. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the check-in. It's a Friday. Are y'all shocked to see me on the Friday? Now, as y'all know, and I told y'all last Sunday, the Friday check-ins are going to be a little bit more rugged and raw than the regular check-ins. I'm going to have different co-hosts. We're going to talk about different topics, and so you got to keep an open mind. So my guest co-host tonight is Tim. Tim, say what's up. Let everybody know who you are, including your sign, whatever you want to share.
And what's up, people? My name is Tim. I'm 50 years old. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm a Libra. How's everybody doing out
Ooh.
there tonight?
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So Talib says, greetings and salutations. May this day be in service to you. As usual, Smack said, cheer. The check-in with Peach. Smack said, yes, surprise. Then she said, hey, Tim.
What's up, baby?
So tonight, we're talking about your type. The topic is on this Peach edition of the check-in. It's F your type. Because we know, we come up, we grow up with all these misconceptions when it comes to dating. We write out our whole list and we decide that we want this specific type of person. And then what actually happens when you get them? So I just want everybody to take a moment to think about what your type is exactly, the physical traits, the emotional traits. And before we actually have the conversation, we're going to do like we typically do on the check-in, and we're going to talk about our week. How was your week, Tim? How was the week? What did you do?
Well, I've got a few projects coming up, and I need a larger place. My small business is expanding, and in the midst of all this, my asset reflux has been jumping off like crazy this week. So if it sounds like my sound is going in and out, it's actually not. I have like silent hiccups along with my reflux. So my apologies. But even with that small struggle this week has been a productive week.
Okay,
Exhausting,
cool.
but productive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like my week. I have been totally exhausted. I don't know who told my old ass that I can work from 7 to 11, 2 and 3 days a week. Like, what is wrong with me? I don't even know how I survive. And it takes an hour to get home. So we're talking about really from 6 to 12. I mean, 6 to 11, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. So I got to
Mm.
get there at 7 and then I got to get home by 11. And so then you talk about shower, everything else, and then you hitting the pillow around 12 and getting back up at 5. So how in the world am I surviving doing all of that? That just sounds ridiculous. So that has been my week. I also been planning this show and also working on my mobile app. So I'm going to put the QR code up. Please get to that mobile app. I am still working on it. It is fire. It's going to be a lot of, like I keep telling you, a lot of behind the scenes stuff that's going to go on within it. Now, Tim and I will have some behind the scenes stuff tonight. So, what that means is you will watch this show and then I'm going to cut some channels off, and me and Tim are going to have a deeper conversation about our topic. And then I will place it inside the mobile app. So, how is everybody else tonight? Let me know how you guys are. And please share this live. Let us know that you are watching. Let a friend know, because this is going to be a great, great topic. And of course, I know this is a Friday and y'all not used to seeing me, but it's okay. So we're about to go through our laundry list of type, what we like. What we like. Tim, you want to go first or should I go first?
Um, it's either or. I mean, my type might surprise people. So I go ahead and jump right in it. You know,
Okay.
as a younger man, I wanted shallow things. I wanted that teeny waist and that perfect booty and them little teeny nice, them slim thick thighs. But as I matured, my type became anyone who's, let me take that word back. Not anyone. It's not like that. It's not that easy. It became more geared about the personal, how it feels when we're around each other, how we receive each other, the vibe, the reciprocation. How much of a friend that we can become to each other outside of the physical. Not saying
Mm.
that the physical doesn't matter, but the physical is not number one anymore. Because let's face it, in 2026, you can get the physical damn near anywhere. The physical is like Burger King. You can have it your way. But to meet somebody that you actually dig their company and they don't get on your damn nerves after 20 minutes and y'all can have a meaningful conversation and the things that you say doesn't trigger them and make them feel attacked and vice versa, that is what turns me on at 50.
Mm.
Now, I'm not saying that I'm a date a mud duck.
What's a mud duck? Tell everybody what a mud duck is.
Everybody knows what a mud duck is. That person that you're dealing with, but you don't want to take them outside. Y'all only see each other in the house. That's a mud duck.
Oh my God.
My self esteem won't allow me to do that. It's not just any and everybody, but I look more for quality. And I think that's something that's out the window in 2026. People want that bag. People want that bad body. People want somebody they can show up. That's my bit. You know what I'm saying? But nobody don't want that person that's gonna be there next to them. That's gonna be there whether you healthy or whether you sick, whether your pockets are full, whether your pockets are empty. Maybe this is a tight week. Maybe this is a tight month. Those are the things that are attractive to me now. It's not about
Mm.
fat booties and big titties as much anymore. So how about you, Pierce?
All right. So let me tell you, my list used to look like this.
And
Hello, Maybach. I see you looking. All right. So my list, right? And it's gonna sound dramatical. And it's so funny because now once I say it, I'm realizing so many people fit the bill of my list. So number one thing on my list, the guy had to be dark skinned. Like if you were light skinned, you was automatically out the running. Like, get out of here. I don't want you. Number two, and this is dumb. I don't even know how I even function with this in the dating world. You had to be between 5'8" and 5'11". If you got past 5'11", I, I Maybe I might let you get a look, but you can't get to 6 feet because then I don't want you. I don't want you. It ain't gonna work. You gotta be between this size because in my mind, I figured out how to find the best penis possible in this range.
For you.
Oh, for me, because that's where the penis was in my mind. The person is between 5'8", but yeah, this is where the penis is. So I gotta find them in there, and I need them to be highly melanated. Number two, this is gonna sound obnoxious too, but I wanted the man to be good looking, even if he looked like a woman in the face. So I would be like, yo, when I would talk to a person, and back then we had them big ass phones that's on the wall before the cell, like, yo, do you look like your mother? And what does your mom look like? Okay, you might be my type.
So when you say pretty, are you talking about pretty boys, or they actually had facial features or facial structure that resembled a woman?
They have facial structures that look like a woman,
Hmm.
or
Okay.
they had a nice looking man face. They had to be nice looking in the face.
Right.
You couldn't look like Shannon Sharp because then I no, no. I'm sorry. Shannon Sharp is not good looking to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hi, Audria Hines. Thank you for tuning in on TikTok. But yeah, you had to look really nice in the face. Like you have to have an attractive face. Like your face had to be asymmetrical. And I guess that was the only way I could explain it. It's like your face is sort of like a woman's face. And then
Okay.
you had to have like a nice voice, not too deep, like it sound like you got a tennis ball in your mouth, but not too light where you sound like a kid.
Right.
This is a long list, right? It's just a ridiculous list. And then you couldn't be too skinny, but then you couldn't be too fat either. So you had to be in the middle.
Uh-huh.
This guy, I know you like what?
No, because I was the only male growing up in a house full of women, and I've heard most of the stuff before. Like,
Really?
yeah, it's not for me. It's the things you say aren't unusual because I know how women can be.
Smack said, how black? Listen, now when it comes to being melanated, I dated a guy that was the color of the crayon, black. So I didn't care how dark you got. So now when it came that's the physical of you. And this is gonna make you laugh, Tim. I needed them to be that height. So if it ever went down, we had to fight. I need to be able to get my hands around your neck.
Bruh.
I didn't want to punch the air or jump up. No, I need your right here. I gotta get you right there. Not a hard lift. This I got you.
So that's why I can't be over 6 feet. Things are coming. It's making more sense.
It's making sense, right? It's making sense. It's making sense. And his feet had to be medium. He couldn't have like extra long feet or really small feet, like too tiny for his body. It had to work together.
I've heard the too small thing, but my sisters love big feet.
I don't. If your feet look like if you walk it and your feet turn the corner before you, I no, it's not going. It wouldn't have worked back then.
Wow. Okay, Peach.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And as far as personality wise, I love fun and funny. Like you have to make me laugh. You have to be very adventurous. I do
Mm.
like you to have some type of intelligence. I want to be able to talk to you. um you had to have a high sex drive. I was thinking like the blackness and the melanin would make you have a high sex drive in my mind. So if I get the melanin, not only am I getting the penis because that's where it is in that space, he's going to have a high sex drive because he don't have to waste all that energy into having this tall ass body. He's good. So this is how my mind was thinking.
Smack got me falling out in these comments.
And your
Smack got me.
hair, I didn't care how your hair is as long as it was neat. Now, if your
Okay.
hair, you had like raggedy dreads with two hanging on like Lil Wayne, I no, get away from me.
Mm,
And you need to know how to dress.
mm.
So that was my type. And I know, like I said, that was a long list. And when I did have that, I would struggle with actually getting a person because I'm going through I'm looking at them. Well, your mind is a computer back then. You just like, that's him.
Damn. I know it went too many of those and everyone.
No, it was quite a few. But now that
Okay.
I'm older, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have that preference. It's about your personality and your soul and your spirit. And
Really?
it can look different. Yes.
Because
After all of that.
in 2026, it is so hard to find a somebody that don't have a ridiculous list as long as they damn arm. That's the first. That's the first and the foremost. It's also hard to find somebody who comes even close to having the things that they would require somebody else on these ridiculously long lists. Now, my thing is, everybody's entitled to their preferences. Everybody's entitled to their wants and their likes. But if you ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of, how the hell do you validate saying that this man has to make X amount of money and being a doctor ain't enough? Like, explain that shit to me, please.
What?
Like, as time is going on, I'm seeing all that, and it's mostly women, but it's not just women anymore that have the ridiculous expectations. And look, I grew up on welfare. My mother used welfare to raise us.
Right.
So when I say this, I'm not turning my nose up at welfare. But if you getting stamps and you getting section 8 and you don't get off your ass to go to work at all.
Right.
Why does this man have to have so many things in order to be with you when the white man giving you everything you got? So why you telling this black man that he has to make X amount of money? When you dating him, he's got to pay for you and your kids. Is we showing up to take women on dates? You walking up to the car, or the truck, saying that I need $250 for a babysitter. Those ain't our kids. Like,
Wait a minute. Y'all be paying for a babysitter? Well, maybe that's that woman's
no,
type. Like,
no, they be paying. I'd be damn if I'm paying for a baby for kids that ain't mine. You knew about this date for 2 weeks. You're not gonna wait until I pull up and tell me you need $250 for babysitter, because I'm gonna pull off and tell you you damn sure do. It's real different out here, and I've been single for so long because it's hard to find my type now.
but your type is so different. I mean, I don't know.
It
I don't know.
should be. In 1990, it was very easy. But in 2026, everything that was up is now down. And everything that was down is now up. Everything that was right is now wrong. Everything that was wrong is now right. And finding those basic, simple things are not easy
Mm,
anymore. And I'm having a hard time now that my type is not based on physical and material things. I'm having a harder time finding my type. You know what I'm
mm,
saying?
mm. So as a Libra, you need like that intellectual stimulation, right? You have
I
to
do. I've had too many sexy dummies in my life.
oh, sexy dummies. I am done.
Look, well,
I am done.
outside of the bedroom, they don't have much use. They just basically arm candy. A sexy dummy. I mean, it might sound ignorant. It might sound rude when you pause and you think about it, just scratch your head for 2 seconds. That's what they are. Beyond the sexual, beyond the physical,
They're sexy damn dummies.
sexy damn dummies. Can't conversate with them. They ain't gonna be, they ain't gonna be the one to bring up a bright idea or offer a solution to a complicated never a sexy dumb. They don't do that.
Everybody in the chat, what is your type? Share your type with us. Let us know. What was your list? What did it look like? And are you prepared to say fuck your type? Because it seems like me and Tim have already said fuck our type because it's just not lining up. And you know what's funny? I'm looking at you, Tim. How tall are you?
6 foot.
Look, you
I'm
might
six
you
foot.
would have been my type. I
I'm
just
six
now
foot.
realizing that. You could have been my type.
No, I'm 5'11". That right there
See?
where your
Yep.
height requirement stops.
Right in my right. Listen, right in my require. You're dark skinned, you 5'11". See, you would have been my type back then.
Well, baby, I'm a lot of people's types. I they just be they don't be mine.
Oh Lord. Why
And
Tim?
people will love you and hate you for not being they for not reciprocating their feelings. It's like it said, like you put it bottom of the flyer. Everybody that you like is not gonna like you back.
Right.
And
Right.
a lot of people can't take when somebody they want doesn't want them back. And then instead of people being able to be mature enough to move on, people will hate and despise you for the rest of their damn life because you're not interested in them in the same way that they are you.
Right. Right. Look,
I've experienced a lot of that.
Vonda said, I don't have a type, just not under 140. Do you realize how small 140 pounds is?
Yeah, I don't think we want nobody that's gonna blow away on a windy day for smack. I'm with you on that one. I can't be the only one keeping somebody warm at night. You got to have enough to keep me a little warm too.
140 pounds. That's the size of a
Ain't,
teenager, right?
it ain't no cushion for the pushing at 140.
Yeah. 140, yeah. No,
One
I,
heart, they gonna
uh,
flew out the window.
So, all right. So on the check-in, we share stories, right? Do you
Mm.
have a story where you ran into your type and they didn't want you? And can you go inside yourself and say, don't tell me why they didn't want you. Tell me what it was about you that yourself that you noticed that wasn't right. Just going inside yourself. Because I know people can't go inside
I don't
and
have to go inside. I got a story for you, and I can say her name because we're good friends now. And this was in high school. I'm just gonna say her first name. There was this girl. Number one, she wasn't. I'm from Salisbury, Maryland. This girl was from New York, so just that about her made her kind of exotic. Cause we in the middle of the country, and it's the city girl, the slight accent, and she got the MC like haircut, and she's stepping out of LL Cool J around the girl video, and I worship the ground. When I tell you I love that girl, look, Kwame. Until I met Malika, I thought that line that Kwame said, "And only you drink your bath water." I thought that was the nastiest shit until I met this girl, this one fucking girl. I would go up to her house. Her mom didn't always let company in the yard. She was standing in the door. I would talk to her from the fucking sidewalk. That was a 25-minute walk. And I couldn't even hold her hand. I was talking to her from the sidewalk. She 30 feet away talking to me from a door. So, as the school year goes on, I mean, until I got to like my sophomore year, I was like 150 pounds. Like I was a slim guy. My nickname at school was Skelly.
I
Skelly.
can't even imagine you being that slim.
Oh, baby, snap into a Slim Jim Slim. And as the school year started advancing, we went from middle school to high school, and she wanted to be around the jocks, the varsity basketball team, the higher ups, the people who came from good families and had money. And it wasn't nothing wrong. It was nothing wrong with those things, but at that particular time, I didn't fit into any of those groups. I was just a dancer, and I had to watch this girl for 3 years fall in and light of love with every damn body but me. And it was hard to stay her friend because I knew I had been friend zoned, and I was never gonna get past that.
Wait a minute. What was your approach? Like you all subtle and Libra like me, let me just hang around over here by her and she's gonna
I was
notice me?
I was too polite. I was too afraid to be too aggressive. I was just too nice. And she wanted a bad boy. She wanted a job.
Mm.
I didn't become that guy until later in high school. So yeah, that like it was a humbling experience because it was parts time. It was different points in that I was just like, well, fuck it. I'm just not gonna be her friend no more. But it was like, but damn, that's my late nigga. Fuck, what you gonna wait from that for? Like, you gonna miss your chance? And then I literally had an angel on this shoulder and a devil on this shoulder, and they would argue all the time over this one girl. And mind you, I had so many other girls that actually were into me, that would follow me around, always wanted to be in my face. And I couldn't see none of those girls because of this one girl who absolutely did not fucking want me. So, I mean, it's a humbling experience. But one thing I can say is I didn't switch up on the girl. I didn't start being nasty to the girl. I didn't become the girl's enemy. I didn't start slandering her behind her back, because that's the dickhead shit that people who really can't take rejection do. I didn't do all those things. I just acknowledged my place in the friend zone and got over my feelings. It took a couple of years, but by senior year, I had this shit licked.
Okay. Okay. And she was just your type. You just sitting there watching
That girl was everything, bro.
her.
Malika was. everything, bro. Like, look, everything about this girl was just thorough. And then, like, she around 50, and she done picked up a little maturity weight, but she's still thorough. It's just, I don't know. She just got that. She got that
That
young
it
Angela Bassett
factor.
vibe. Yeah, she got that young Angela Bassett vibe. She's thick,
Oh.
but everything just fall. Just ooh.
Oh my God.
So yeah, yeah.
Look,
That's the one that stands out.
stands out to you. See, Vonda said 3 years and you ain't get no other cat.
Of course I did, but it's a difference between getting the cat you can get and getting the cat you want.
That you want, right. She said, I think I know who you talking about. That's funny.
We from Salisbury. You is only one girl running around Salisbury with that name. So you if you know I'm a Laker, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But she's married now. That's why I didn't mention her last name. Even though she ain't thinking about she didn't think about me then, she ain't think about me now. But I had it bad for that lady. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm, mm. So I guess it's my turn. So listen, y'all. Oh my God. When I was in high school, it was this beautiful, I don't know what the hell he was, but this boy was beautiful. Huh, he was so beautiful. He was beautiful. You could have put a wig on him and he would have been a bad bitch. Like men would have wanted him. He was so beautiful. Let me tell you. He was so beautiful that for a while I would just stare at him, but then eventually I just, I said, let me just become his friend. And I started hanging with him. His name was Pooh. They called him Pooh. And baby, that man look out, he was just so beautiful. We just started hanging around, being friends, chilling all the time. Why these group of girls wanted to jump me? Like a whole 20 women got together because they
Over
thought me and him was together because we was hanging with each other as friends. They wanted to jump me. This how good this boy looked.
damn.
Dark skin, little nose, had a little mole right there. He had like the long looking hair and it was curly and perfect stature. Honey, one of my friends saved me from getting jumped because I was going to get jumped over this boy. So anyway, we was friends, and then one day he was like, "Well, we hanging around each other, whatever. And I don't never see you with any other boys. You think, man, you might want to get together?" And I'm thinking like, "Oh yeah, we could get fresh. Oh yeah, we could get together." But this boy wanted to get together and be boyfriend and girlfriend and just talk. And so I just kept harassing him because he looked so good, and I wanted to, I wanted to set it off. I wanted to set it off. And what messed up the whole thing, Tim? Oh my God. My worst nightmare happened. Remember how I delicately made my list? And because the person was supposed to be around this height and have this face and this amount of melanin, he was supposed to have this. He ended up having this. Hey, Lord, he had this.
Okay. Well, I guess that blew your theory all to hell about the
And
height and
it smashed my theory all to pieces. It it totally just destroyed everything. It took me out of my delusion. It just destroyed me.
mm.
And so at that point, it made me say fuck my type because this couldn't be happening. He was perfect. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, at this age, maybe he could have been a trans man. I don't know. because I haven't seen a penis like it was so small that you couldn't even do this. Like a like you had to get it like this.
Damn, mine was bigger than that in elementary school.
It's
That's a
babies bigger
handicap.
than that. Yeah.
That's a handicap. He could get a check for that.
So I'm like, is maybe in my ignorance back then, maybe he was trans and that was a clitoris. But yeah, he destroyed my type. So
How many? How many years ago was that?
this was at 17.
Oh, that was a long, long time ago. Oh,
Yeah, but you
another.
fully develop at 17.
No, mine kept getting bigger till I was like 23.
Okay, but wouldn't you have a normal, like a decent size if you was gonna have one at that age?
Well, I had the length that I was gonna have for the rest of my life, but the girth didn't stop until, yeah, we all on TV, huh?
Yes. Shout out to the
Wow.
people on TikTok everywhere that's watching us. Hey, why Paul? How you doing? But like seriously, I that destroyed me. That made me he just destroyed all of my dreams of
Wow.
having this beautiful man that was going to be dark skinned around that height, and it was going to be perfect. Like his penis was going to be perfect, and it wasn't. Sorry, Pooh, if you watching this, I'm so sorry. I never told anybody up until this moment, but it was
Okay.
just
I gotta ask. Okay. Well, I got a story similar to that. Um, this is how I found out about women's pH, the pH balance, and odors. Have you ever just thought somebody was just perfect? And back then we used to go through the courtship process, and we didn't have sex right away. You might not have sex until like 5, 6 months in, sometimes 8 or 9 months to a year. And during that time, you develop friendship as well as the relationship, and y'all become close, and you're not making wedding plans, but you see yourself with this girl for a minute. You ain't looking for nobody else. Shit, I was always looking at other people. I think that's human. But I wasn't thinking about nobody else. And then when you finally get to it and you unwrap that package, then you got to make an excuse because they talk about sit down air. Well, her fucking lay down air damn near laid me the fuck down. And I was like, maybe it was an unfresh day.
what is an
Maybe she
unfresh
wasn't
day?
ready. Maybe she hadn't took care of herself since 8 a.m. It was like, 8 or 9 o'clock, maybe it was just kind of tart. But then a couple weeks later, we tried it again. I fucking eyes started watering. I just had to sit on the edge of the bed. Like,
Your eyes started watering. What
yes.
kind of
And
he say kind of
she thought I was getting ready to cry, but I don't know. It just seemed like it was fumes coming out with the smell. You know how in the summertime you look at the blacktop, like the blacktop highway, and you can see them evaporation ripples coming. I swear, yeah, I started. Oh my gosh, going on? Like, oh, when you don't put that much that time into a person, and me and my friends talking about, who done ate pussy and who ain't, and I look. It took me seven years after that before I finally put my tongue in something because I was convinced that every fucking pussy smelled like that, baby.
Wait a
When
minute.
you
What it
smell
smell like? What it smell like? Oh, it smell like garbage.
dumpster juice.
Oh my
When
god.
they dump the dumpsters where all the juice and shit mixes at the bottom of the dumpster, that horrible smell. That shit was. And you gotta try to be nice so you don't hurt her feelings. You know, I guess I don't know. Mm-mm. She was eating all the wrong foods. She damn sure was. Earwax, earwax test. What's that?
What's the earwax says? What's that?
The
Earwax in the
earwax.
pussy? Like why would you have earwax in your coo? Why would the
I ain't never,
earwax be in there?
I ain't never smelt no ear that smelt the fuck like that. Lord, Lord, salute. Amen.
So you said so that's twice that your type let you down. One
Yeah,
ignored you, and then the other one had a fishy cootie.
yeah. She just I don't know whether it's her hygiene wasn't good, but my aunt explained it to me like, you know how some girls can put on Tussie and you can't smell them, and then
What?
some girls put on Tussie and you can still smell them through all that Tussie, and they
Tussie is
armpits is
deodorant. Deodorant,
right.
everybody. If you didn't
But,
know, this is
but
deodorant from the 80s and 90s for our
and
younger
Tussie,
viewers.
Tussie was strong. That was the beginners. Even as little boys put Tussie on when they were first, when they first started to get musty because it went and burn your armpits. And my
Talib said,
aunt
was she a
used
drinker?
she used Tussie to break it down to me to why that girl smelled like that. She said some girls are so strong that even the Tussie don't help. She said, well, that's how that girl's little Nene was. Even with the Tussie, it could stop the odor. But that didn't explain to me what caused it and why. And it wasn't until later on in school I learned about pH balance and the things that can go wrong. I didn't realize how hard it is to treat a smelly pussy. Here's what falling out. This is my anguish. These are my life stories.
Yeah, I'm
That's it.
falling down because it's like, what in the hell? Talib said, was she a drinker? Was she drinking? That's why
She
her
wasn't
shit.
old enough. She wasn't, bro. She wasn't old enough to be a drinker yet. That's why I was so confused. We was kids. We was teenagers. We wasn't like sandbox, but we was teenagers. She wasn't. Mm-mm.
Oh my god. So, all
I,
right.
I didn't like the fast girls or the easy girls. I like the girls who came from disciplined households. So she wasn't out there doing all kinds of crazy stuff like that.
So maybe she wasn't taking a bath because a lot of women aren't taught to soak the cootie cat. Maybe she
Well,
wasn't taking a bath.
maybe she was taking run by showers because wasn't no water hitting it.
A run by shower.
Yes,
She just running through and running
jump
out.
in and jump out.
Dump in.
Jump in, jump out, jump. Because no, wasn't no water spending
Damn.
no time up in that area.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
just
definite fuck your type moment. Fuck you. Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh my god. That's wild. I thought my little penis story was yeah, like his balls was bigger than his penis. So, my type really I ain't never seen nothing like that before,
You
and
ain't
I ain't
smelled
never
nothing like
seen
that
it
before either.
again. She
I'm
smell like
getting
raw
mad thinking about it.
sewage.
Dumpster juice.
Oh my god. Oh
And I'm not the
my
type
god.
that downs women or anything like that. But that was an experience, bro. That was traumatizing.
Well, when it comes to my type, another story that I have, oh my god, he was such a beautiful guy too. And his penis was just perfect. It was perfect. It it was I ended up going to the hospital perfect. And the lady and the lady told me, "Listen, sweetheart, you should probably not mess with him."
Mm.
But I did it anyway. But I eventually got accustomed to it. But what screwed my type up is when the reality kicks in that number one, that this is all that you can like about him because he doesn't in his mind have a future. Like he didn't have no future plans. I'm like, are you going to get a career? What are what are you trying to do? I even went and asked his mom for his birth certificate. Like, yo, can I get his birth certificate, social security card so he can get a job? Like he need a job.
He wasn't trying, huh?
But then what blew me all the way off, Tim, and this is gonna make you laugh. And this is why I said fuck the Super Bowl, right? I came over during the Super Bowl, and this man told me to go home because I had the wrong colors on.
Yeah.
I think it was the Bulls playing
Not in the Super
somebody.
Bowl.
I
The
mean,
Bulls
no,
weren't
no, no,
playing
no, not the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, not the Super Bowl. The what is it? The one with the basketball tournament. What is it called? I don't know shit about
the
sports.
playoffs, the NBA
The
finals.
playoffs. The playoffs. Yeah. See, I don't know shit about sports,
No,
but
I see.
he had the bull. It was the Bulls, and he was for the Bulls. And
Red,
then it
black,
was the
trace of white.
I don't, I don't know who it was, and I had the colors on of the team that he was for the Bulls. I had the other team's colors on. Now I innocently did that. Now you heard me. I don't know shit. I just said the Super Bowl was the playoffs. I don't know. And he kicked me out.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Let me try to explain it to you. It's like if you watch General Hospital and somebody come in the house talking about the Young and the Restless. You don't want to hear this. You don't watch the fucking Young and the Restless if you watch
But
General
I
Hospital. You
wasn't
don't
I
want to hear
wasn't
shit.
talking about anything. I just happened to come over and have the opposing team's colors on.
It's like wearing a Schwarzkopf, a shirt with a Schwarzkopf on it to
A swastika.
a Black Unity Day event. Is you walk up there in there with a Schwarzkopf and there's Black Unity Day and everybody got on red, black, and green, and you look like Hitler. That's the equivalent of what you did, sweetheart. You
Come on. He
no,
just clean threw me out. He was
yeah,
like, listen, you could either leave or you could take that off and put one of my shirts on. And I'm like, how
you
dare
ain't
you?
understand.
If
You
I
ain't
take my
understand.
clothes off, then I'm doing something else. And you're doing it too. And he told me to shut up and no, you go lay down. You could put this t-shirt on and lay down. And so I left.
I got friends that are married couple, and their teams are rival teams, and they don't speak to each other for a couple of days in their house. You know, after they two teams play against each other, it's like if you're not in the sports, you're not going to understand that. That's one thing that like. That's part of my type. Women who like sports, or women who can tolerate sports.
I don't like
That's
sports.
that's part of my type.
If you I can watch the sport with you if you rub my back while we watching it. I can try to do that, but no. So that was probably the demise of our relationship because and he was my type. Like he was physically just like
Hmm.
perfect. But that piece right there, and then the whole birth certificate, me trying to get it and all, no. And
Yeah.
that blew it.
Yeah, well, if he wasn't trying to work, yeah, yeah. Devonda got a team.
But yeah, so that was my type. Now let's talk about our toxic traits within these relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because we could actually meet our type, but what is it about us that make our type not want to deal with us? Let's say, I don't want to be with you. Can you go within yourself? And even the people watching, can you go on yourself when you're around your type? How did you fuck it up with them? What was it about you? She said Eagles. What is your toxic trait, Tim? Tim the Libra. Let me find out. Oh, I'm just balanced. I'm just perfect.
Oh, but I'm not, and I know I'm not. It's like this. I was raised by my grandparents, so any and everything is not okay. You know what I'm saying? There's some things that I'm not down with, and I'm not gonna be down with, and I'll comp I'll compromise you on most things. I'll meet you halfway on most things, but it's certain things that I'm not gonna compromise with you with. You're not putting anything in my butt, not your tongue, not your fingers. Damn sure not nothing you gonna hold in your hand. You can't. I don't give a damn how much I care about you. You're not putting nothing in my butt. No, no. Damn it, no. You fuck your ring, fuck your marriage, fuck it all. You're not putting nothing in my butt. I don't give a dick. I'm not sharing you with nobody. We not swinging. We not going to no parties. We ain't doing no orgies. No. Damn it, no, no. Damn it, no. We know. We not doing that.
Hold on. I can't pour no wine in your butt and just suck it out.
No. Hell no. Hell no. No, no. That's not what it's for. Not my butt. I might suck some wine out of your butt. We've been together, not no stranger, but you wifey. We've been together for 10 years. We on one night. Nah, I ain't sucking it out your butt. Between your cheeks, yeah. But they be talking about eating cookies out people eat out. No, I ain't eating no cookie out your ass now, no. No.
Maybach said facts. Never compromise who you are for other people. Personal gain. Big Libra gang. We the best. No DJ Khaled.
What? I mean, I know that I'm stern, but one thing about a Libra is we are willing to compromise and meet you halfway as long as it's not giving up our, long as it's not breaking our moral set. Not as long as it's not dipping into something that we feel is a low in order to make you happy. I'll work with you. We'll find a compromise. But damn it, just like women say, no means no.
But where's the compromise of somebody pouring something in your butt so they can pour it on the side of your butt cheek? My God.
And that's the compromise.
You crazy.
You better pour it down and catch it before it run off. That's the compromise. Cause nope,
Oh
no,
my God.
no, nope.
Oh my God. So you just too stern. That is your toxic trait. While your potential type probably just might say, you know what, Tim, I can't do this. You
Because
just too.
I'm not doing what's popular. I'm not doing what's trend. I'm not doing it just because that's what your girlfriend doing with her husband. If it makes me uncomfortable, we not doing that shit. Now, no. Now I have sex outside in a heartbeat. I'll have sex in public. Long as we ain't going to jail, hell yeah. Wait till the sun down, go out to the park, where ain't no light, have sex on the hood of the car, have sex on the trunk. Yes, I'm all for it.
Just
Go to
don't
the
touch
beach,
your ass.
get in the water, go to the beach. Shit. There's been times where we go to the beach and it's full, and we just go out to about far enough for the water to come up to my chest, lift her up, wrap her legs around me, and we just, we appear to be just enjoying each other's company. We out there in the ocean getting down. So I'm not a pop. You know what I'm saying? It's things that I do to keep it spicy and to shake it up. I love adventure, but if it's something that I don't see, we not doing it. And I'm gonna respect you when I sling some crazy shit at you, and you say, "Well, no, Daddy, we're not doing that." Then I might give you the gas face. I might ask you two or three more times, but I'm gonna respect your decision because I'm not gonna do nothing to make me unhappy. So I don't want you to do anything to make you unhappy. I think that's the compromise that keeps balance in relationship.
Okay. Okay. Vonda said, yo, I'm dying. I know that's right. Don't touch my ass. Y'all crazy.
I don't think that's an unusual request. I mean, we as people have a lot of us have a completely different rag exclusively for our ass.
I know I do.
So you ain't gonna go. I mean, no, you fuck around, get something on your face, on your tongue. I mean, I'm not a nasty dude, but shit, I might have just had a moment before I came to bed. Now you look like Willy Wonka and Charlie and the Chocolate. You don't know. You can't kiss me. You can't kiss me now.
Oh,
No,
wait a minute. She got to wait a couple days before she could kiss you.
might have to just dip that face in Listerine because Listerine kills the odor. They cause bad breath.
Oh my God. So no ass. No ass touching. Y'all
That's
crazy.
it. You got a whole rest of my body to play with. Whole rest of my body to play with. And don't try to put no cock ring on me either. I'm terrified of those things.
Oh my God.
I just have this terror that I'm not gonna be able to get my balls out of it. I'm afraid that I'm not gonna be able to get my balls out of it, and then I'm gonna be stuck for life with this ring around my balls, and that's gonna look crazy. Like when I go swimming in the summer, like what's the unusual buzz? It just I'm scared to hurt my testicles. That's what it is. It might sound crazy, but that's you when y'all get punched in the titties. Do you know how that feels? That's three times as worse when you have pain in your testicles. I'm look. I can admit my fears. I'm afraid of some squeezing, crushing, or hurting my fucking balls. I'm terrified of that shit. Girl, kick me in my balls on the playground. I ain't played about my ball since. Like,
You say I don't play about my balls. You crazy.
mm-mm. But okay. I want to if I may.
Oh, wait a minute. I ain't get a chance to tell mine.
Go ahead, baby.
My toxic trait. Okay, you're gonna be shocked. Tim been knowing me for a little bit. One of my toxic traits is I'll be in a relationship and I used to just disappear and then come back.
For how long?
I I left. I was married and I disappeared for like 2 months. And then came back.
Was there any questions asked, or it was it's like, hey, babe, mwah.
I just check out.
And they were just cool with that.
And then I'll come back and the guy will be like, or either they'll come looking for me. Like the guy I told you with the whole playoff thing. I disappeared on him and one day he was knocking on my bedroom window.
Mm,
I guess he was looking in there to see if anybody was in there, but no, I just disappeared.
mm.
That's one of my toxic traits. I'll just get up and disappear on you.
Damn, Peach, that's a hell of one. You just go
And I
MIA and just
yeah,
you
like
just
pack
go.
my kids up. Even I was married, I packed my kids up and I disappeared for the summer. And then
And
I
they just
came
be
back.
cool with it. And they
No,
be
they
cool
don't
with
be
it.
cool. They just like, what happened? And it doesn't be because I want to be elsewhere. It's just I gotta take a break. Like, okay, I just gotta pack up and get the hell up out of this for a minute.
So if you know that you have these spells where you need breaks, why do you get into well, why at that time did you get into commitment situations when you knew eventually you're gonna be like, well, look, I'm gonna go ahead and disappear for 2 months, and it wasn't like a small part of you that knew that they wasn't gonna accept it.
I
You
just
ain't care.
check out. Yeah, my brain just check out.
Okay, because I have male and female friends that do that, and I never understood why, and they could never really have a conversation about it to explain why. They just like you, just I just do.
Just check out. And if I don't physically check out, I'll check out in the house with you and stop speaking to you for months. Like not a word. I can't bring myself to talk to you.
Is it specific things that trigger it, or it just happens?
It sometimes it be the person that triggers it, but then sometimes it just be me. I just check out.
It'd be something personal within you that you just go through, and you
I
don't want to
just
be
click.
bothered.
Yeah, no, it don't be it doesn't feel like anything. You just feel like checking out.
Okay.
I can't explain it.
No, because this is interesting to me. Because, like I said, I have male and female friends who go through that, but none of them have ever been able to like really verbalize it, like as to why they actually go through that.
We don't I don't know. It just my brain just shuts off.
So they were lying. Because
Yeah.
me personally, I'm like, there's no way in hell that a grown ass person just decides to disappear for periods of time, and they don't know fucking why. And you couldn't convince me of that, but you're somebody that I know, and for you to say the same thing, it's got to be some truth to it. Like they actually don't actually completely understand it themselves.
No, I don't understand it. Maybach said you, Wendy Casper, the ghost girlfriend, she would disappear and reappear.
She damn sure would.
Smack said, I have done that before. Yeah, I would check the hell out and just start walking and
Hmm. This is an interesting show because I'm actually learning things that I always had questions and curiosities ab- about, and I might need to apologize to a couple of people after this show.
another toxic trait of mine is, well, I have a few and I know it makes people, especially my type probably want to get out of town, especially this. Like when I get my type, I want to fuck them to death.
Hmm.
Like within the first it's like the first couple months, maybe 6, 7 months, I just want to screw them to death.
So how long does that last though? Is it like a continual thing the whole time you're with them, or it's just when it's new?
In the beginning, I try to screw them to death. Like I would love to just do it all day for a
That's
couple
normal.
days, and then I'll keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And then I'll reduce it down to maybe feeling like I need to do it once a day.
Mm.
And then it'll kick in again, and then I want to do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. So yeah, I be screwing my person to death. And to the point where they don't want to do it no more. They're just like, "Girl, I can't, I can't do it."
Hmm. Well, that's new. I've never ever experienced somebody making me not want to have sex.
Oh yeah, it'll be like I have picked it up and did this.
Mm. The only time I ever felt that way is when the sex wasn't really that good.
Oh, it was good. They just couldn't breathe no more. They just be
What? I don't know because honestly, I haven't had that kind of sex since I was in my 30s because I have a tendency to date 10 years older or 10 years younger. That's not like a set thing, but that's where I fall. And a lot of people in that age group aren't really having sex like that
mm.
from 40 to 60.
No, well, you know what's funny? I was just about to say my mother is just like me and my mom is calling, but I'm not going to answer the phone. So she must have wanted to testify for herself. But no, my family,
She watching the show?
she probably is. But see,
I
look,
wanted to
no,
chime in.
I'll be screwing my people, my person to death. Like my type, I try to screw their whole world out. And then they just be like, okay, you gotta stop. Like we gotta come on, pull it together. We gotta do something else other than this.
I don't. It's something that I think about daily because I've been single for a long time, but I don't know if I actually had it, if it actually would materialize for me, if it would stay like that past the first 5 or 6 months. Because I haven't had somebody regularly in so long.
Mm. So, and another toxic trait that I have, and you might understand this because you're intellectual, right? I
Mm.
see people as books, and I like to read every page of your book of life and watch every behavior and learn you and know you. And enjoy you. And then once I get to the end of the book, I gotta close it's time to close it.
Because you know
'Cause
everything.
I done read you already.
The thrill's gone. Wow. You know, Pete, you're a real interesting person. You are, but you're not the type of interesting that has a question mark behind it. I actually understand a lot of the stuff that you are saying, and you have me thinking about things that I don't think I would have thought about if we hadn't had this conversation. And you're also making me realize that I have a few more toxic traits. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I've been good to a lot of people, and a lot of people have really taken advantage of. Taken my kindness for weakness over the years. So I'm not as kind, and I'm not as giving, and I'm not as willing to spoil people from the get go anymore. And the beginning with me can be kind of, how can I put it? The beginning with me, a lot of people don't know what I'm thinking, and they don't know how to feel because they don't get a lot of emotion out of me. But that's because I'm still in the observation process. If that makes sense.
That's so Libra of you.
Right. So a lot of people aren't confident enough to proceed when they aren't 100% sure that I'm just as invested as they are. And a lot of people are used to something loud or something overly aggressive. And mine is real subtle in the beginning because I'm just peeping in the room and I observe everything. So the first couple of months I'm around you, I'm just, a lot of people learn through conversation. I learn from watching your actions. And until I'm comfortable with what I've gathered, I'm not the, I'm not cold, I'm not distant, but you don't see a lot of emotions to build a conclusion off of. And my intention is not toxic, but people take that as a toxic trait because they're confused. They don't know whether I'm really interested. No, I'm gonna go ahead and say that. They don't know if I'm interested. They don't know if I'm just there just to observe. I don't know what it is that they feel, but they don't feel the connection, even though sometimes there is a connection. And
Right.
inside I'm really Twitter pated with that person. I think about them when I wake up. I think about them when I go to sleep. And but outwardly they can't see that right away. So even though my intention isn't toxic, the effect of my actions is toxic because it kind of leaves a person in the dark for a little while. And most people are not willing to go that extra mile anymore if they're not sure. And in a time where everybody plays games, I I understand that. Where my intentions are the most pure out of any man that you would meet, my intentions are always pure and genuine. But people can't see it because there's no emotion attached to it right away.
I'm listening. I was trying to post in the chat because we're gonna go into the behind the scenes where me and Tim really have a conversation that we don't want to discuss here, but you have to go inside the app to really hear that behind the scenes. But yeah, Tim, that's the you talk about that Libra thing. Libras do that thing where y'all are closed off, y'all are listening to the person intently, y'all are talking. The person is kind of confused because you don't show no emotion. And the person's like, okay, well, what is going on? Do they like me? Where's the emotion? So
Right,
it takes for that person to be very confident and say, well, you know what? I know they like me. I don't give a shit. They don't show me. Well, you like me. You have to be like that kind of a strong person to weather it. And then eventually the Libra will show you
right. And
how
when
they
we
feel
show you,
slowly.
right, when we finally show you, we roll out the red carpet. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get there. You got to get there, and people are not willing to go that extra, put that extra effort in when they're not sure. Also, I'm very stern on red flags. And when people have less boundaries, or people are more of a part of the anything goes culture that's going on out here now, they don't understand people with boundaries and set moral, and they feel judged because you're not into the same things that they're into, or you're not as laid back about this, you haven't experienced this, and you're not interested in experiencing this. Now all of a sudden you're judging them when you ain't said a word other than I'm not into that, that doesn't entertain me, that's not my set, those aren't the type of things that I like to do. I get told a lot that I think I'm better. I think I'm better than a lot of people, but I honestly and generally don't. I just have limit. I have limitations, but
I don't
I'm
see
always,
that as better. I just see it as you being yourself.
well. I get called bougie a lot, and I don't see that because bougie is somebody that turns their, in my mind, bougie is somebody that turns their nose up at people.
Right.
I'm one of the most down to earth people that you ever want to meet. It's just if something is not comfortable to me, if something doesn't sit well with me, I'm not gonna act like it does. If that's bougie, then damn it, I guess I'm bougie.
Hey, y'all, share y'all toxic traits in the comments. What's your toxic trait that stops your type from liking you and maybe say fuck you? Cause I know I got a few. Another one for me, uh, when I'm with my type, I'm probably overly clingy. Like I want to be under them. I want to be around them. I want to do everything with them. I like to be like their best friend. We like freaking frat. I think you kind of saw me in a relationship like that too. When I'm freaking frack. I like that.
Right.
And so for some people, I guess they would call it clingy. But I like my person to be my dog. And then when I check out, then I just check out and they understand it and I come back. But that's and then I'm moody too. Like I'll wake up and just be mad. And the person
Okay.
gotta see that I'm mad. Oh, I wake up extra happy. And the person gotta understand I'm extra happy and they gotta be happy. Or I might wake up quiet and then the person gotta understand that I'm quiet today.
I'm a, I'm an introvert, an extrovert.
A ambivert.
Thank you. And that confuses people because When it's just the two of us, they're my entire world, and I don't mind that. Unless a person is overly clingy, I'm with it. I'm with all the cuddles. I'm with all the wrestling. I'm with all the playing and taking baths and shower together. But when I get out in public, I'm not the type of person that's in everybody's face. But I have a personality that draws people to me. And when people get used to you spoiling them and giving them your attention 100% of the time, the first couple of times they go out in public, they don't take it too well that I'm not overly friendly, but I'm a friendly person. I don't walk up to people, but people gravitate towards me. And you know, when Libras get in our social mode, we're a different kind of friendly than most other signs, and people take our friendliness as flirtiness. And I ain't thinking about you. I'm just,
I noticed
I'm
that at the
just,
holiday party.
yeah. I was raised by my grandparents. I got an old fashioned, Southern kind of friendliness about you, about me. But I really ain't thinking about you. I ain't think about you.
I'm done.
If I got somebody, that's who I'm with. I don't care how many people's in the room. I don't care how good the people in the room look. I don't care what they drive. I don't care what their bank accounts. When I'm with somebody, I'm with somebody. But people have a hard time judging. People have a hard time adjusting to how friendly I can be in public because they're so used to all of my attention being wrapped around them at all times.
Hmm.
Not in a smothering type of way, but I have a tendency to put people that I deal with on a pedestal after they get to a certain point with me. It's like I put you up here, and that's it, and that's all. The only person gonna get you down from there is you.
I know that's right. You know what? What you just said made me think about another one of my toxic traits that my best friend always tells me. She said, "Girl, you be putting people on this pedestal and you just be loving on them. And the next thing you know, you take that motherfucking red carpet and snatch it out from underneath them and they falling down to the floor."
And they don't know what the hell's going on.
They don't know what the hell. You done snatched the carpet. Oh,
Now that's how
Maybach
I can
said,
be.
let me read the
That's how,
comment. He said, "Facts, they think Libras be humping around like Bobby Brown."
and we don't. We be so focused on who we with that it's crazy.
So why not display that? Why be toxic and hide it?
We don't. Like that's only in the beginning. That's only during the observation process.
The
Once,
observation process.
yeah, once we don't see no red flags and it ain't no landmines in the front yard and your pussy don't smell like raw sewage, then it's okay to treat you like you just caught it. Then it's okay to treat you like you're everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's a process. You can't give people that rate from the door because people expect that whole vibe throughout the relationship, but they also feel like it's owed to them, and they don't have to reciprocate because all they got to do is show up, and you're going to show out. You know what I'm saying? It's creating a monster, treating people like that from day one, and I had to learn that. It really is. If a person walks straight in the door and you just shower them with everything and they're your everything and they really like take that in as that's all the fuck they have to do is show up. Then your happiness and them pouring back into you, they don't even think about that. Because all they know all they got to do is show up and it's the them
Mm.
show. It's the them show.
Oh, okay. So I guess what I do is I give you the carpet and let you stand on it, and it could be you. And you're beautiful and you're wonderful and you're shiny and this is nice. And then once I know you, I'm pulling the carpet out if it don't fit. See, y'all in reverse. Y'all don't do all that. Y'all just figure the person out and then give the carpet. No, I put everybody on the spot. Oh, here's the carpet. Woo, be you. Yes. Thank you. Oh no, let me get my carpet back.
We have to make sure you deserve that carpet before we even let you put your feet on it. We're not gonna let you soil our carpet with your dirty ass feet when you don't deserve it. So you prove that you
Oh,
deserve it, then you get the red carpet and the royal treatment that goes with it.
okay. Maybe I said facts, Tim. Libras are natural charmers, but don't be paying some females no mind. And why Nikki said raw sewage, ew. And she said she enjoying this show eating her cookies and cream.
Huh. Tell Mickey Raw sewage ooh with like 9 E's at the beginning, then 5 W's.
Smack said I have ripped that carpet from relationships and friendships. I don't play about me.
Right. As you shouldn't. As you
All right.
shouldn't.
So before I open up the link, and we only gonna have it open for maybe 15 minutes because we got to go into the behind the scenes portion of this show where we talk about how we further went out of our types. And in order for you to view that, you have to go inside of my mobile app. And it's inside this whole stream is in the behind the scenes tab. So let me put up the QR code, but you still got a minute. Scan it and download that mobile app because me and Tim is going to share some information that you might want to hear, you might learn from. Um and no, it will not be placed on social media. So, but yeah, so let's round this back off. So Tim, after doing this show, fuck your type, and we just reviewed our type, how we was with him, our toxic traits or whatever. How do you feel? Do you feel like, man, fuck my type? I'm past all of that.
No, I just it's like two more things that I want to say and I want to ask the viewers.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna ask this because we are so adamant to point out the thing that everybody else did wrong in relationships with us. Now I want to find out who of the watchers can admit things about themselves. So I'm going to ask this question. Why is it when we have a type and we finally realize that our type is not good for us, why do we still keep going after that type? And after the answer that, I have a second question. And when I ask that second question, that's the question that you have to do. You're going to have to be really real with yourself in order to answer it. But the first question is why, when we have a type, even after we realize that that type may not be the best for us, do we still keep going after that type? I'm going to give you an example. Some people just have to have thugs. Some people just have to have that around the way girl with that bad attitude and that nasty ass mouth that always wants to fight. Some of us have to have that person that can't be with just one person. Why, when we realize that these people are toxic, that we keep dealing with them and keep going after them with a different face? Your relationships are a different person, but it's the same type over and over and over. Why? Why do we do that?
Up, I just dropped a link in the chat for anybody that want to come up and answer that question. I think that's a good question before we go into the behind the scenes portion. But I dropped the link in the chat. Come on up and let us know. Answer Tim's question. Why do we keep dealing with the same type of person even though we know it's not good for us? Why do we do it? I can answer that question for myself. I used to like, not only did the dark skin, all of that I told y'all, that list 5'8", this, that, and the third. I they were thugs, right? Like street people. Like kind of not like really deep street people, but I wanted them to be pseudo thugs. And I dealt with them because I felt protected and I loved that they were respected. That's why I kept doing it. But then after a while, I'm like, well, why does that matter when we're adults? Like that just doesn't. Once
Right,
you grow up and you get in a career and stuff, who cares about this person being a thug or, you know, you needed to be protected in the area that you lived in or whatever, because then you move out of all of that. So I know that was my reasoning. Link is in the chat. What's up, Maybach?
What's up? What's up? What's going on, Tim? Salute
what's
to you,
up, bro?
brother. I want to answer his question, right? I'm gonna say this. I dealt with a female, right, that was cheating. I was with her for 6.5 years. I told Peach this story. I knew she was cheating, and I just was naive, and I stayed with her, right? Till finally, when it was really a wrap, it's because I knew my worth. You know what I mean? Um, I matured by then. You know what I'm saying? My mindset was totally different. So I feel like a lot of the times is when the person knows their worth, they're not gonna deal and put up with a certain type of person. As you say, you know the person's not good for you, but you still stay. I'll say that. Second of all, um, I can agree with you with some of the things that you were saying. You were October Libra?
I'm a September Libra.
Okay, September Libra. Okay. Well, I'm an October Libra. I would say that like you said, a lot of people will assume that we're very flirtatious when it's just in our nature. You know
That's
what
all.
I'm saying? To be natural charmers. A lot of it is just conversation that somebody, because we deep people. So we might be having a deep conversation with someone and they think that we're trying to get at them and holler, but what we're really trying to do is get to know the person. So an outsider will think that we're flirtatious. That's why I put humping around like Bobby Brown. And if people
Yeah,
actually take the time to get to know people instead of assuming and thinking that you know somebody, surface level means nothing at all.
at
You know what
all.
I'm saying? Like get to know somebody's spirit and then pass your judgment. So I get pissed off at that, but that's a whole nother subject for another day. And then the last thing, what was the last thing I wanted to say? I forgot what was the last thing, but I'll just land my plane on that.
Okay, brother. I mean, I feel being a Libra. I feel you
Yeah,
100%. It's like you basically co-signed a lot
yeah,
of what I've been saying through the show, and you
correct.
understand
Correct, correct. I
it.
overstand. I understand and overstand. And then there's
Right.
something that you said, I just remember now, is when Peach was like, why do we act a certain way, when you was like, yo, we'll analyze, or we kind of like, I don't think it's like we're standoffish. We're trying to get to know the person and see the person. Once we see who we dealing with, we let that person in our world. And like you said,
Yeah.
forget the red carpet, re-rolling out the purple carpet for you. It's all
Right.
royalty now. You know what I'm
Say
saying?
hey.
And we big on loyal. And that's another thing too. We're super loyal, so we don't just let people in just like that. It's like you got to earn it. And I feel like everybody should, how we're taught that, oh, respect is supposed to be given. 9 out of 10 times, respect's supposed to be earned as well.
Mm,
You just don't
mm.
give somebody respect just to give them respect. Like you said, you could be, see, there's two different things too. People get mixed up. You could be a friendly person, and then you can be, you could be cool, you know what I'm saying? And so a lot of things you say, I agree. With like people used to think I was antisocial. And it's like, no, I'm selective with who I socialize with. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Especially when I know about my energy. Now that I'm a grown man, I'm not trying to share my energy every with anybody and everywhere. So we super, like, we analyzers. That's why we're a cardinal sign, natural born leaders. You know what I'm saying? Deep conversationalist. um you know we could break people down in like a snap of a finger, just asking
Hmm.
general questions, and we could tell you who you are. And that's not assumption. It's like we're psychologists, you know what I'm saying? But
Yes,
I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at
my brother, my brother.
that. You already know.
Have a good
What's
one,
up,
bro.
Talib?
You too. uh
That's my
What
boy.
up?
I haven't met him. I ain't seen his face, but that's my boy.
What up? What up, Mel?
What's going on, Talib?
What's
What's going
good?
on? So,
I'm chilling, man. How you?
I am magnanimous. I was listening to the show. Hey, Tim, that was I really enjoyed your perspective on things. I felt like that was a good share and very enjoyable. Thank you for
thank
sharing.
you. Thank you. If I just say 3 words and somebody gets something out of it, that's mission accomplished, bro. It's
Mm.
mission
Awesome.
accomplished.
Uh, I was going to answer your question.
Go ahead.
Maybe, but maybe Peach might tell me it's too. She, she don't want me to get too sciencey. She don't like it. But I'm the science guy, so
She,
I'll tell you that people are doing things like that. One is because you're using conscious willpower to try to change something, which on the whole scape of the mind represents a very small portion of your internal doings.
right.
So what I mean by that is that you have Tim. You're a very intelligent man, so I'm completely confident you're familiar with homeostasis, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So our body wants to stay the same. That's essentially what homeostasis means, to stay the same, right? And that's how our heart regulates. That's how our body can do all these wonderful things, right? But we don't realize that your subconscious mind has a homeostasis. And that homeostasis, when it gets familiar, it doesn't recognize the way we recognize good, something is good for us or bad for us. It sees things as unknown and known, familiar and unfamiliar. So if you are familiarize yourself and know, and your body has accustomed to dealing in a particular type of state, that's what it's going to go for. So a lot of times it's hard to break those relationships, and you keep running in the same person. Even if you go date a different person, you'll see they have the same attributes as the last relationship, because it's a homeostasis of your body. It's something you have conditioned yourself to believe about relationships. So it doesn't matter how much you consciously, like, Maybach know about, like with smoking cigarettes and stuff, or any and that stuff. It's something that trigger in your mind. That's why you stop. But when you just tell yourself you're gonna stop, or try to will yourself to stop, everything in the world jumps up in front of you to not make it possible, right? And that's why people have a hard time. That's why they keep ending up in bad relationships. But that's all I wanted to say. Just answer that.
No, that was good. Tim, your phone done broke out. I guess his phone probably died, but he'll be back. But again, I want everybody to download this app because there's some stuff that me and Tim is going to discuss, and it's going to be in the behind the scenes tab inside the app. And I think you'll really enjoy it. Again, this topic is fuck your type. Fuck your type. Try something different because I know my type hasn't necessarily worked out for me. Again, you heard what I said. You heard what Tim said. We tried to deal with them, and then it was something about them that just turned us completely off. But I'm
Mhm.
sure, just like many of you, I'm sure Talib and Maybach, y'all probably had similar experiences where your type just wasn't
Correct.
working for you. And so you tried something different and it probably worked. But I
Yeah.
love what Talib said, yo. That was great. The homeostasis part, because I was wondering why I kept going into circles of picking people that's just actually love bombing me. Like, is there something wrong? I like narcissists or something. So, but
Mm.
Maybach, you was about to say something. I do. I think I like narcissists for some reason. I attract them a lot.
What I was gonna
Mm.
say is, once I like dropped that the title that looking for my type, you know what I'm saying? Things has worked out better. You know what I'm saying? Again, we kind of talked about it and touched up on it about the expectation, putting expectations on people, whether it's a friendship or a relationship. Once I threw those out the window, you know what I'm saying, and just like go into these things like freely, it's worked out much better than me assuming, oh man, Peach is gonna be this way. Oh man, Talib's a good, he's a cool dude. He's this type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And then when those expectations, I guess, doesn't get met, now I'm like disappointed. So what I'm trying to say is I don't put that out there no more. I just take people how they come too. And everybody's energy. That's another thing too. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be real naive, so that's why like when I said I dealt with somebody for 6.5 years, I just thought that, okay, damn, this person got a lot of good in them. Yeah, they doing this that's bad, but they got good. I just thought something would change. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, nah, what I should have did is just, okay, this person already showed me multiple times who they are. Why, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said once I know what I wanted, what I'm worth, I didn't want to deal with that. It's just like, why put up with that? It's just like women who deal with certain type of men who might, put hands on them. And you're looking at them like, so how many times he's black in your eye and you still with him? You know what I mean? It just doesn't.
Everybody's just disappearing.
Yeah, they did. I guess I'm next to. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
My fault, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
I said the
Yeah,
aliens picking people
Okay.
up.
not
Nah,
yet. Not yet.
go ahead.
No,
No, you finished.
yeah, I agree. I agree with you, man. Mel, I agree with everything you're saying, man. I mean, I think that's really great and wonderful that you were able to come to that realization. I find that a lot of the reason people are saying this type because this type is going to complete them. See, they
Mm-hmm.
name attributes that they feel is supposed to complete the image that they've created for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
these images are false. They're illusions. They're a hologram. They're not real. So what
Correct.
happens? People usually get in relationships. They don't realize it. A lot of them, you get in relationships because your sexuality is developed in your first 8 years of life, and it comes from your mother and father. And if you
Mm-hmm.
had and that father could be a father figure. It could be an uncle. It could be you know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
father figure. If you had a father figure that held you, that interacted with you, you're going to be more sexually inclined to touch and to be involved and to show physical, emotional feelings. Right? If you was raised by your mother, you're going to be less likely to want to engage in that. See, we're not so black and white, and that's where we get it confused. Right? We are a collection of data over years. Like I could never really know you that your life is in record for you. No one's been around you 24 seven of your entire existence. Only you.
Mm-hmm.
You
Correct.
see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So people get it in their head that this person is going to come along and it's going to complete this image. But that's
Mm-hmm.
a false image because they created the image to say if I become this image, then I will be worthy and complete. Because the way I was wasn't. That's not good enough, right? So all of this comes from what? A sense of not being good enough,
Mm-hmm.
not being worthy. That's why you said when you stepped into yourself, right? Realize,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I got value. That meant the people around you had to have value.
All right. Yep.
When you stopped judging yourself, what happened? You stopped
Judging
judging
others.
others.
Correct.
Our whole interaction with the world is a self reflection of our internal states.
Mm-hmm.
Every person we run into is a reflection of some belief we hold. And we can either acknowledge it and make a change to change that belief, or we could reinforce it by agreeing with it. The beautiful thing is, you get to choose.
Correct.
And I'm gonna be quiet.
But that's the thing, man.
No,
I
that
feel
was
like
dope.
yeah, I feel like once people know, they have knowledge of self, knowledge of oneself, things start to change, you know. I'm a firm believer of that. Same way I'm a firm believer of, you speak things into life. You know what I mean? You speak things into existence. You speak positive. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
think
then,
about this, yo. I'm so glad you said that, Mel, because I didn't mean to cut you off. You know,
nah,
I'm
you
not
good.
usually a
You good.
person to
Nah,
cut
you good. You
people off.
good. You good. You good.
But when you
Uh-huh.
said something that really resonated, it's called organic language.
Hmm.
Okay? That's what it's called. When you're using self talk relating to the body and relating, you see, and here's a prime example that gets on my nerve. You're a pain in my ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
can't stomach that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wearing me out.
Yeah. You make me sick.
You
Uh-huh.
make me sick.
Correct.
Go F yourself. Like this language, bro, it's
Yeah.
toxic to the body because listen, I'm gonna give you a little, this is a little game, okay? Check this out. Your brain and the mind are not the same. The mind is like around the body, okay?
Hmm.
It's like around, it's not here, okay? The brain is in the body, right? So you have a mind, a brain, and a body. So when the brain can't handle something, it puts it off to the mind. When the mind can't handle it, it puts it in the body.
Hmm.
Now, how many people been walking around speaking their own illness over themselves, just
Hmm.
jokingly?
Hmm.
This gonna kill me,
Hmm. Correct. Correct. Correct.
right? Our language is so, and what it is that we've intellectualized it, you rationalize it, right? So you always speaking your worst demise all the time, like, but making perfect sense out of it.
Correct.
But how often are you speaking the words out of what you desire?
Correct. Correct. You said it last time. Um, because I seen that same video about the water when you was talking about the water. One water they put like negative frequency to it, and in the other water they left it there or they spoke positive things to it, and you know what I mean. That's our body, you know, and it's the truth. We got fluid inside of us. You know what I'm saying? So see, and I was telling Peach this the other day too about like I grew up hearing manifestation, right? Um, but didn't know what it was or the meaning of it the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And until I got older and, read up on it, and it's like, oh, okay. So I can manifest the life that I want to live by just speaking it into existence, writing it down. Affirmations. I tell myself affirmations every morning. I wish a lot of people did that. Because again, they wouldn't be looking outside of self for happiness. You know what I mean? Or love. It's like, yo,
Right.
it all starts with you. Everything starts and ends with you. Before, like you said, why am I seeking it from some outside of me? You know what I mean? Why am I seeking joy outside of myself? Why am I seeking happiness outside of myself? Love outside of myself? You know what I mean? Everything starts with me. And if I'm not feeling it and I'm not doing it, how can I expect somebody else to give it to me? You know what I mean? Or like it, I don't know. But I'll just land it there. Tim is back now.
No, you was right on point with that, Mel. This is what I was saying. I don't know if you heard my answer to what you was asking earlier, Tim, when you had asked the question about why do we keep getting into the same situations over and over again.
Hmm.
I
I
had an
didn't. My
answer
phone
to
is
that.
out.
Oh,
My
okay.
phone
Let
is
me.
out.
I'll give you the answer again. It's because you was remember I was saying about homeostasis.
Yes.
Okay, we have a homeostasis of the mind as well. Okay, and in that homeostasis, right, the mind doesn't know, it doesn't understand pleasure and pain the way we consciously register it. It registers things as familiar, unfamiliar, known, unknown. See, so a bad relationship can become a part of your homeostasis because it becomes familiar. Getting out of it becomes an unknown. You see what I'm saying? Now you trying to give your mind a suggestion, but the conscious part of your mind is only 12% of the whole unconscious mind power shit going on in your head. Okay, this is why they do what even on high levels they sit down. Look at Navy SEALs. Look at Green Berets. What do they teach them? They teach them how to sit down, meditate, how to slow down their breathing. Because when you slow down your breathing, what happens? You slow down the rhythmic portion of your brain and you get the two hemispheres to what? Line up. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? And when that happens, that you have something called a critical mind that keeps everything you know safe. So people can't just come in and tell you, "Oh no, Tim, your name is Rob." Oh,
Right.
okay. There's a critical filter there that keeps that from happening. Okay. And you can't just bypass it. You can't just tell yourself, I'm going to stop doing this. It doesn't work like that. That's what keeps us consistently who we are. So most people never enter into a mental state or do certain exercises mentally to know how to tell themselves that this isn't working anymore and this is what we want to do now. So because they're familiar with it, when they go, I don't want to be in this kind of relationship. I'm dumping you. I met a new person. They go with them. 2 months down the line, that guy's doing the same thing. Why? Because the mind is like, oh, it's okay. We just come over here, start over. This is our comfort zone. This is you. You might be being if you are familiar with getting upset, running off, and going to your friend's house, and them comforting you. Then guess what? That becomes a familiar thing, and you're gonna find yourself doing that thing because that's what the mind understands. It does, hasn't been convinced of this new thing. So this is
Right.
why most people run out there and do the same thing. And then they never taught us about our mind. They didn't tell us that we're mental creatures, that your whole imagination is what's fueling everything you're doing, right? And how you see and think, right? You ever heard of something called NLP, neuro linguistic programming?
No.
No.
It's a system that was created by two professors and well one linguistic genius and he was paid by Andrew Carnegie to go out and study the most successful people in the world and find out what was making them successful. And they found out and created a pattern from it. They used language, right? And neural patterning to create a way that people could get the same results as the billionaire or the rich guy or the athlete. And how they did that was they studied their behavior. You want to do what someone else do. You don't do what you physically see them do. You ask them, how are you doing that? Why are you doing it? You see what I'm saying? And then you get into there. It's just like if you played basketball back in the day. We all had to understand why they was doing what they was doing. That's how we got better, right? Just having the skill is not enough. You have to get deeper into it. So this is why a lot of these relationships, people run into the same thing. And most people are dating their parents.
Mm.
Okay,
Well,
to live. Did that resonate with you, Tim?
yeah, it did. It did. He answered my he answered my second question as well, because my second question was going to be, why is it that we can't acknowledge the part that we play in the damage that results from having a type, and continually pursuing this type over and over again after we know it's not good for us? So he answered two questions with one stone, basically.
And let me
Okay.
elaborate on that while we see that. Then I'm gonna go, Peach. All right, I know you gotta go. The reason people keep seeing things a certain way, Tim, and you can look this, it's all scientific facts. You can please never take my word for anything. There's something we do in order to perceive our reality. Okay, we all do it. No one's above it. But some people, they rely on certain parts of this more than others, and that creates this off balance thing you see happening in people where they're twisting reality, and you're like, I don't understand how you even seeing it that way. There's three things you have to do to perceive reality. Okay, the first thing is you must distort. We distort based on our feelings, beliefs, experiences. Okay, then we delete, meaning we omit all the other information that might contradict that information, and then we generalize. We associate it to all of it. Now you hear this: we do it, I do it, we all do it. We'll say things like, "People don't know how to get along. There are no good women out there. All the men are broke." Right? I can't find nobody. Don't nobody ever listen to me. They'll be saying that to someone, of course, right? We we do this naturally. We This comes from, us being living in on the land, being in villages thousands of years ago, when we had to know a wildflowers were dangerous to eat or predators could kill us. And you see what I'm saying? These things are still parts of our brain. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you can get into an argument. And if you've ever been in a bad relationship, I'm either you've done it or you've experienced it, to where you'll be telling somebody something like what they just did, and they'll be telling you they didn't say something when they just said it. Like, you just said it. No, I didn't. I never said that. They literally just deleted that from their head because it doesn't support their argument.
And that's the most frustrating feeling in the world, when you
You
know that they just said
when you're like, come on, why can't we just have an honest dialogue here? Then guess what? What you have to begin to realize is, oh my God, they are having an honest dialogue. In their mind, they have totally deleted. And when you start to realize that, you'll take a deep breath and step back. And whenever you're in a serious conversation with somebody going off, all you have to do to change the tone is slow down, inflect downward on the end of all your words, and watch what happens. Boop. You'll
Stop
slow them all the
telling
way
that to
down.
live. Don't say that, because that's what I do with my kids, and I do
Oh,
that
see,
with people that go get angry with me. I'll slow down and listen and then talk calmly.
because you
Stop
have to get
telling.
their brain from going and being defensive, right? So what that causes them to do is have to draw their attention to what you're saying. If you notice, when someone's very angry, they're not listening to you. They're waiting for you to close your mouth so they can say what they want to say.
they're listening to
And
respond.
exactly. They don't even hear, they can't even, if you ask them, well, what did I just say? They'll just go off into something else. They won't be able to answer it. you know and this is what people do, and this is why relationships have ended up the way they are, because we're all deleting, distorting, and generalizing. But what we're deleting, if I'm looking at you in the best way, what am I going to do? I'm going to distort any part that may show that you're bothered. I'm going to delete all the negative things you're saying, like I'm not even registering that. We've all been there where we're having a super great day and we got money in the bank and everything is good and all the bills is paid. And somebody comes along and says something and you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Right.
All right, are we ready to drift off into the behind the scenes piece of things so I could cut some of these channels off? And me and Tim is going to share and y'all can stay up here if y'all want to, because y'all may have some questions or some things y'all might want to say. Tim, you ready to go into that second half? If you're still on and you're interested in seeing what Tim and I are going to reveal about ourselves and have a candid conversation, please scan this QR code. It'll take you into my app. And then you need to head on over to the behind the scenes. This stream is playing there, and you'll get to hear Tim and I discuss our type, how we got out of it, where did we go, what decisions have we made since we stopped liking our type, since we said fuck our types. So I'm going to go ahead on and cut these channels off.
Thanks
Get
for
that
letting me come
QR
up and say
code.
something, Tim. Hey, man, it's